Hey everybody, this is Derek from the Grumpy Guy Show for episode number 56. One topic and one topic only from the backyard with all kinds of interruptions from dirt bikes and four-wheelers, but that's alright. We talk about the big Supreme Court decision. So stick around, it's a decent show, and hopefully you got some feedback for me coming through our Facebook page. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister. So tonight, I'm solo for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, because I have a serious topic and I want to get it out there. It's the only topic I have tonight. And, I really want to just talk about it, get it off my mind, and, hopefully move forward. The other reason, as you can see, I'm outside. That's not a backdrop, that's my actual backyard. It's because my youngest has taken over the office, and I don't know, he's getting ready for some Minecraft tournament or some crap like that, and I said, oh well. So what that could mean is you'll hear cars go by, you'll hear the water in the background running over the dam, you'll probably hear a couple of idiots on really loud exhaust dirt bikes or four-wheelers. So I apologize for that. But, like I said, one topic and only one topic, and we're going to get to it right now. So, it'll kind of branch to cover a bunch of different topics. And there goes one idiot right now. At least he's not quite so bad as usual. But anyhow, so, what we're going to talk about is the recent Supreme Court overturning of Roe versus Wade. Yes, that's right. I am talking about Roe versus Wade, the thing that has gotten the whole country abuzz with people one-sided or the other. So here's my problem with it, okay? This is a medical procedure that we're talking about. We're not talking about, just a moral thing or anything like that. We're talking about a medical procedure. And what's going to happen is what was happening before. Not only are these unborn babies going to die, but the mothers are going to die as well, trying to get the abortion that they so much want. So, some people might say, well, yeah, it's not right to do it. Here's the thing. It's not something that I would ever want somebody to do. Absolutely not. But it's not my choice. It's an individual person's choice. And that's the way that it should be. It should be an individual's choice as to whether or not to do this. So, don't go, the biggest problem that I have with it is that they are bringing their religious beliefs into this to make this decision. They are deciding, okay, and this isn't the Supreme Court. All the Supreme Court did was say, hey, we're allowing states to decide whether or not to allow abortions. The problem is you get states such as Texas. They say, somebody, when they announced the whole no abortions after 6 weeks, which, by the way, folks, that's before most women know that they're pregnant, okay? But when they announced that, there was a reporter in the room that asked the governor, what are you going to do about rape victims who get pregnant? And this brilliantly stupid politician said, we're going to eliminate rape. So, for thousands and thousands of years, women have been raped. Simply put, you're not going to stop it just because you make some law saying, hey, it's illegal. Because guess what? It's already illegal, you moron. So at any rate, he says, oh, we're gonna eliminate rape. We're not gonna have to worry about that anymore. Okay, well, you believe what you want to believe. Everybody else in the world knows the truth. And the truth is, simply put, you're not going to eliminate rape. Women are going to get pregnant during rape. And what does that... I mean, not every rape, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that just because they get raped, they're going to get pregnant. It happens. Okay? And it should... You should not be forcing this person to not only deal with the mental anguish and anxiety and problems that come from being raped, but also to know that they've given birth to somebody's child who raped them. That's not good. You know, they're already in a lot of mental pain from this, not to mention the physical pains, but you know, now you're going to force them to have the child. And you know, some people say, well, you know, they can give it up for adoption. Okay, you're right, they could. But here's the problem. What if they give this child up for adoption? They're still carrying around for 9 months a reminder that they were raped. Okay? Then they go in, they give birth to this child, and then they're living pain all over again because now they've been reminded that they were raped again. So, okay, they get through that. You know, a lot of therapy and whatnot to get through that, and get so that they're okay and they can live their life. Then what happens? Well, now this kid turns 20 and says, I want to know who my birth mother is. So now, 20 years later, after this woman has gone through and she's gotten past all the mental anxiety, all the mental pain, suddenly she gets reminded because this person wants to know their birth mother. So this child comes, this kid comes back into this lady's life with a big reminder of, oh hey, 20 years ago you were raped. How good is that? You know, but let's go back beyond that. This is assuming that this kid actually makes it through the foster care system. Yeah, not every person is going to go and accept a baby who's a result of rape. Look at how many children out there are on the streets because their parents have abandoned them, and they don't have a choice because foster homes won't take them and the system won't pay for them anymore. How good is that? What kind of a life is that for that child? You know, this happens, you know, and this has nothing to do with just somebody being raped. This is somebody who got pregnant, didn't know about it until after the 6-week period, and then, you know, they have this child, but they can't afford the child, they don't want the child, so what do? Well, they put it up for adoption. What if nobody adopts the child? You know? What if everybody out there wants a specific child, because that's what happens a lot of times. You know, they can't have a baby of their own, so sometimes they're picky about the baby that they get. They won't take just any baby. They want a specific baby. Oh, no, I can't have a black baby. No, I can't have a Jewish kid. Oh, no, I can't have a mixed race. Oh, no, white. I mean, come on. It's just ridiculous how bad this is. But, you know, I started talking about how this is really about religion, okay? What they're doing is they're pushing their religious values onto people in the guise of morality. And, you know, simply put, it's a moral decision for each person to make. If, you know, I mean, part of the issue is, yeah, people just jump right into bed with each other and, you know, they don't protect themselves. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. And no, they should not be, you know, they should not be doing that unprotected. Sorry, mosquito. But they should not be doing that unprotected. got that, you know? And they shouldn't be just sleeping around just to sleep around. But, that's a choice that they're going to make, and that's a choice that they should be able to make. It's not for you to decide what's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing to do. Because simply put, what's right for you is not necessarily right for them. That's how it is. That's why everybody is different, And they say, oh, no, this isn't about religion. There's separation of church and state here in the United States. Well, no, there's not. Okay? If there was actual separation of church and state, then all of these priests that have gone through, and they've molested these young children, they would be in jail. That's right. But instead, there is not a separation of church and state, because what happens inside of the church, the state can't go in and do anything. And what's going to happen? Well, somebody up high, somebody up above these priests are going to say, oh, we'll say 200 Hail Marys and you'll be saved. All right, well, first off, that's not how it works. Second, plain and simple, it should be them going to jail. Because if I did that, I would go to jail. Plain and simple. If you did that, you would go to jail unless you're part of some religion. And, you can't just be somebody who follows a religion or practices it. You've got to be a clergy member. So, yeah, there is no separation of church and state. What it is in the United States, plain and simple, folks, it is the freedom for you to believe whatever religion you want or lack thereof, or not believe in a religion. But you're going to follow every rule based on Christian beliefs and desires. Why do I say that? Well, think about a lot of the laws. Simply put, in New York State, until very recently, liquor stores could not be open on Sundays. Why? Well, because that's God's day. Okay, how's that separation of church and state? You got me. You're not going to be able to prove it by me that is a separation of church and state. No, that is somebody who is a Christian making a rule. And notice I didn't say Catholic or Protestant or Baptist. I said Christian. The Christian belief is that, Sunday is a day of rest. It's God's day. Well, that's why they couldn't do it. Because guess what? Alcohol, according to Christianity, alcohol is really, truly a bad thing. It's a sin. Yeah. And, let's make it clear, too. It's not just, the United States is very Christian-based with its faith. Not saying it's the most popular, because I don't know. But simply put, a lot of our laws are based on Christian beliefs. That's all there is to it. The fact that in Salem they got away with, with all this killing of people who they deemed were witches. Guess what? They got away with it because there's no separation of church and state. They say, oh, this is a church matter. Okay. Okay, well let me put my hat on and join you. So, there is no separation. If there was a separation of church and state, not only would we not have laws like that, but they would pay taxes. Simply put, they would pay taxes, just like you and I pay taxes. Sure, the church itself can be tax-free, just like schools are tax-free because they're not for profit. But by being a member of the clergy at any level, you don't pay taxes. How is that a separation? It's not. That's treating you special because you are part of the clergy. At any rate, So, kind of circle back here. They're pushing the religious beliefs that, it's not right. It's not right to kill. Okay. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to force somebody to go off and, go someplace else and get an abortion that isn't necessarily, you're forcing them to go have a medical procedure in a place that's not necessarily clean or sanitary. So there's a good chance that they're going to have serious infections. And it's all because you've decided for them what they can and can't do. It's stuff like this that really truly goes back to what I keep saying over and over again, in that there is going to be some kind of revolution in this country at some point. It has to happen. And the reason I say that is because of things like this being so polarizing. It's people pushing their religious beliefs on this side, people over here saying no, no, no. There's nobody in between. I personally say, hey, you know what? It's not for me. I would never want somebody to have an abortion. I would, even if that means that you're going to have the child and then I take care of it and never see you again. Okay. That's fine. That's my choice. And that's really what it needs to come down to. It needs to come down to each person making their own choices, not the government making the choice for them. Now, let me switch gears a little bit, okay? Because you get all these people that are pushing, saying, it's my choice, it's my choice, it's my choice. I've just lost my choice. I've lost my ability to choose. Half of them are the same ones that are saying, you need to get vaccinated. No questions. Get vaccinated. You're stupid for not getting vaccinated. Well, really? So it's your choice whether or not you want an abortion, but it's not my choice whether I want to get vaccinated or not. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get their argument in that, it's a little different because it affects many people. But at the same time, it's still a choice. There's a mosquito flying around. But it's their choice. And, you're saying, nope, you don't have a choice in getting vaccinated. But I need to have a choice as to whether or not I get an abortion. Why is it good for you but not for me? Yeah, there goes one of those idiots. It's a 35 mile an hour zone through here, folks. He was just doing about 50-55. Not only is he doing 50 to 55, it's also not legal for him to be driving down the road. Personally, I don't care if somebody drives up and down the road as long as they're actually staying within the speed limit. Anyhow, back to the topic. So, it's got to be consistent. I mean, you want to have choice for yourself. That means everybody has to have choice. Again, I understand vaccines are a little different, but they're also not. I mean, the more children we bring into this world, just because of, a few people's morals deciding that it's the best thing to do, the more we're going to need things like vaccines, because, I don't know. It's a really complex circle, and the problem is we have a few bureaucrats making decisions for everybody. And as I said, they're making these decisions based on their religious beliefs, not based on what they would want as an individual. Because if they have a daughter who gets pregnant by rape, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to take her someplace else and have the abortion done. Why? Well, because number one, because they have the money to take them wherever they want. We've discussed many times before how I feel that these elected officials make way too much money, and that's exactly what it's going to come down to. Is they're making a ton of cash. They can do whatever they want. Nobody's going to stop them. It's really pathetic. It's really sad. But that's really what it comes down to. Is nobody's going to stop them. Oh well. All right, so I said I had one topic and only one topic. To me, it's a very important topic. It's something that needs to be discussed. And trust me, I'm open for discussion on this. This is my opinion. It doesn't mean that you can't leave some notes, on our Facebook page, or, I think there's some way to leave comments through Spotify or Anchor. One of the two. But I mean, there's ways to get in touch with us. So drop me a message. If you want to discuss, give me your opinion. I'll discuss. I don't care, as long as it's not an argument or a fight. I'm open to discussion, which is something that is going to cause a problem if people stop being open to discussions. There's so many situations in the United States where my opinion is right, yours is wrong, shut up. That needs to stop, folks. We need to have open discussions about things. But, at any rate, so, we'll see you.